at what point do we get proactive to addressing these crises instead of continually trying to create band-aids for something that needs a
Representative
deeper...
Jones, please, on the bill. This is
about the bill. This is about the bill.
Sir, this bill is about a response system.
This is about the bill. Thank you. And so at what point are we going to get proactive? And do we have ideas that we can work in tandem with this button? Because
Representative Jones.
I don't yield to you. And so the question...
Next on my list is Representative Bolso.
Thank you,
I did not
Mr.
yield.
Chairman.
I did not yield my time.
You don't, sir, you don't get to yield your time. If you want me to rule you out of order, I will. That'll have consequences.
Sir, you have a gavel. You don't have a whip.
You're out of order, sir.
I feel this is a very important bill that will take a step in the right direction to protect our children at school with all the uncertainty we face in this world. You know, our children are our future and our assets to the future. And this bill adds what I feel is a very important safety measure to protecting our students while at school. And this bill establishes a mobile panic alarm pilot program, and we're hoping to institute this year. It'll have 60,000 initially, and hopefully next year we can expand this program to include much more money for other schools across the state. I do want to describe what a mobile panic alarm system looks like. And the mobile panic alarms are wearable devices like a badge that remain with a teacher or staff member at all times while on the campus of the school. Mobile panic alarms summon help for medical incidents, intruders, fights, other everyday disruptions. They can also lock down a school immediately and immediately initiate a response from first responders in the event of, in many situations we see, of school shootings or other critical emergencies.
Thank you. To the sponsor, you know, I agree with your initial statements that there's nothing more precious than our children. We need to protect our children. But I kind of feel like I'm in Groundhog's Day in this committee where we keep bringing policies that address the symptoms but not the root causes. You said, you know, we want to address things like gun violence. And so now we're going to create a button for people to press as opposed to addressing the root cause of what is causing schools to go into lockdown. We were in this committee not too long ago. We voted about creating a school safety plan. Then we voted against having fire alarm checks. Then we voted to say we're going to have bulletproof glass. I mean, all these things that are dealing with symptoms, but nothing addressing the root cause. And so it's a bit frustrating, I think, for a lot of Tennesseans that we keep having these ideas. I'm not against your idea, but I just don't understand why we can't address the root cause and we just continue wanting to address symptoms. Can you explain, you know, your thoughts on this?
You're recognized, Mr. Sponsor.
Thank you, Chairman and member. You know, you're really outside the scope of what this legislation is trying to target. I mean, we're trying to target the safety as a response to an incident that you just described, an active shooter. This does not in any kind of way affect gun laws in this school. This is a reaction, and hopefully we can be proactive with this measure in that situation where somebody does come on a school campus with a gun and they're, you know, taking lives of our children.
Follow up, sir.
That's the issue, Representative Gann. It's a reaction. We're being reactive as opposed to proactive to stop gun violence. And so, you know, we're gonna have buttons. We're gonna spend money to have buttons for people to press.
Representative Jones, please direct your question on the bill.
I was waiting for the sponsor to turn around so I can finish.
I had somebody was making a noise here asking me a question. I didn't. Were you making? Okay. You were saying.
I said yes, I agree.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman.
Members, please refrain from interrupting. You're recognized to respond to the question, sir.
I didn't get to finish the question.
Please finish your question.
And so you're saying that, you know, this is reactive. At what point do we get proactive to addressing these crises instead of continually trying to create band-aids for something that needs a
Representative
deeper...
Jones, please, on the bill. This is
about the bill. This is about the bill.
Sir, this bill is about a response system.
This is about the bill. Thank you. And so at what point are we going to get proactive? And do we have ideas that we can work in tandem with this button? Because
Representative Jones.
I don't yield to you. And so the question...
You're out of order, sir.
You want to have, I put up with this committee, not today. Not today. Not today. It's a new season. And last week you were absurd, not today. So I've sat this committee all session and put up with your.
Out of order.
And it's not going to happen today.
You are out of order,
You
sir.
can hit the gavel. You can hit the gavel, John. You can
We'll
hit-
stand in brief recess.